welcome back to Solonka. And last time I was ploughing. I have finished the ploughing and we need to do some liming, but we also need to repair the doits. It's a little bit sad. I was a llama this week. Did you know that? And we got to look at one of these bad boys. I think actually I'm not sure if there was an 80 to 80 there. There were some nice tractors there though. They had one of the 9 series there in warrior format in black. Oh, it was a big beastie. I didn't get to go in it. The queue to get in the thing was redonkulous, but it was huge and lovely. So yes, I think the trigger is a... Let's turn on the interactive zone markers. I don't like playing with them on most of the time, but we need to see where the trigger is so we can repair this guy, because it's looking... Oh, wow. It needs it. Ouch. We have about 10 grand's worth of wool to sell, so not so bad. This is a little painful. Anyway, we need to spread lime on the field that we've just ploughed. Let's have a quick peek in the sales for anything useful. We can't really afford to spend 30 grand on a planter now. We do need to plant our... My goal today is to plant the soybeans. So once we have limed. The Vadestad stand was very nice. I haven't yet sorted out the vlog from day 2. I don't really feel like editing a vlog, but I feel like playing a bit of farm sim, having been very farm sim focused. So playing a bit of farm sim. God, I'm struggling to focus on what I'm looking for. Let's go into the brands. Let's go to Breedle, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the lime spreader, and we're going to lease it. Thanking you. And then we're going to go down to miscellaneous, no, to objects, to big bags. We like big bags, and we cannot lie. Sorry. Been an incredibly long day. I should add store deliveries actually, but we needed to come to the store to repair the tractor. I've added in a lot of mods, which we'll get to over time. But yeah. So today is today. Today's Thursday. So I was at LAMMA today. I've had a stinkingly bad headache all day. I skipped out on the last creator group dinner. I've been asleep for a bit, and I woke up and I feel a little bit better, but not a lot. Just a little bit, not a lot. But I kind of felt like playing the game a bit, having been around farm sim all... I say all weekend. It always feels like a weekend when we come to LAMMA. It's not been the weekend, but yeah, I felt like playing a bit of farm sim, so here we are. And yeah, so I apologize if I'm not the most coherent, but hey, what do you expect out of one of my videos, hey? Yeah, so the LAMMA, I'm not going to say weekend because it wasn't a weekend. The 2 days of LAMMA was very cool. I spoke to a lot of modders over the last 2 days, which was great. I spent a lot of time talking to Cavalier Roy about his maps and FS25. I spent a really long time. I got to meet, first off, Farms in Briscoe, and then spent ages talking to him, which was awesome. First time meeting him, and yeah, we spent ages chatting about Saxingham. So the map is working on for FS25 now. Potential future projects for FS25 and, you know, FS22, and yeah, it was awesome. So awesome to meet him and chat to him. Chatting to folks from the community, chatting to other creators. Yeah, it was just a really good couple of days. I did have plans to do other stuff while I was here. in terms of content. But stupidly, I had planned to do most of that. I've got an offset on. Looks like I've got an offset set on there. No, okay. Stupidly, I had planned to do most of that today. The reason being that, I say traditionally, does 2 times count as a tradition? I don't know. The 2 times that we've done this, the first day is always really busy because we have the community event in the evening, and so most people come to the first day. And so I had planned to do some other stuff on the second day, but I just woke up feeling absolutely awful. And yeah, just a horrible migraine type headache, and yeah, managed to get myself together and get out of the hotel. Got in the car and just kind of sat in the car for about 5-10 minutes, trying to get the mental power to drive to the NEC. Got to the NEC, sat in the car for a bit longer, went and slowly, started to feel a bit better. Did the day was kind of cool. You can kind of distract yourself a little bit, hanging out with people and chatting and stuff. And then, yeah, by mid-afternoon, I was flagging heavily, and got back to the hotel by, I think, 4-ish, something like that. And yeah, I've had a sleep, just kind of chilled out, watched some stuff on the phone, and yeah, actually got to work to finish ploughing the field, because this give you an idea how crappy I was feeling. I didn't feel like doing a ploughing job. You guys know I like my ploughing, so yes, I know this is the tiniest strip that we need to do, but it's what we need to do to get lined up on the next job. Yeah. So if you're on the fence, if you're in the UK and you're on the fence about coming to LAMMA next year to the community thing, I would do it. It's really good fun. You'll get to meet a bunch of the content creators and stuff, and just hang out. Even if you don't want to really interact, you can just kind of sit. This year, the gold partners that were there, so FSG, DJ Go Ham, and Pharmacop did presentations. Giants did some presentations. You can just kind of, if you don't want to, you can just absorb that during the day at LAMMA, or you can just walk around and look at all the farm stuff at LAMMA. And then in the evening, there were a whole load of giveaways with some awesome prizes. Some, I would say, one-off prizes that you're not going to have a chance to win anywhere else, really. So one of the prizes, it was a signed Hori pack from Scroft, signed by Scroft and Beanie. So if you're not going to get many chances to win something like that. There are a few other kind of one of a kind prizes, really. And yeah, if you want, you can come to that. You can just sit and absorb it. There was a Q&A session after the giveaway. There was, yeah. I know this year the tickets for that went really quickly. The hope is to make it bigger next year. So we'll see. Yeah, if you're not sure, it's really good. And this is from someone who really doesn't like people-y events. Yeah, I enjoy it, and I don't like being around lots of people. So that should give you some idea. Yeah, it was cool. And then today was much quieter, which was good for me because I was really struggling. Had a really good chat with Ross and Mods. about his stuff and just kind of modding in general. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that. Had a quick chat with Mr. Marcel from Giants about some stuff. That was cool. It's like 2 or 3 minutes. We just had a very quick chat. Some stuff that I wanted to talk to him about. We need to lease a planter now. Yeah, so it was good. It was good. If you're wondering why I'm still here, basically, I am sensible. So I knew that I would be exhausted by the time it finished. Then I do a lot of traveling work, and I know that after a few days of being away, by the end of that second, in this case, that second day, I'm going to be really tired. And then doing depending on traffic, 2, 3, 4 hour drive is potentially not safe, really not worth it. So I'm staying overtime. I can then tomorrow get up when I want, have a leisurely drive home when I want. Yeah. And actually, given how I felt today, it was the right choice. So I came back to the hotel, had a bit of a snooze, could load up on medication. You need a planter. Find a planter. A vegetable planter. A seed planter. Planter. That's 4.5 meters. It's not a big field. I think I saw this jobby. 4 meters is not really what I want. 4.5 is not really what I want. I'm kind of tempted by the max till. 6 meters. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go for that. We are going to lease this 3 grand. Yeah, screw it. Have we got seed and such? We'll have a quick check in time saving stock check. Easy for you to say, sir. Easy for you to say. So we don't seem. I bet we've got fur in the fert spreader, but we'll grab quick. Is there any fertilizer or seed in the sale? I don't think there was. So nope. So we'll get those filled up. Yeah, I've kind of lost my train of thought now with Llama. Anyway, it was awesome. It was awesome. Looking forward to getting home tomorrow because it does feel like a very long time since I left home on Tuesday. And I've got work travel next week. It's kind of back to the day job. Here's what it is with that. Gotta pay the bills. Gotta pay the bills. So, yeah. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Favorite thing about Llama. Now I could give the cheesy answer. So, and yeah, it was awesome meeting everyone, and that kind of goes without saying. I think. I'm pretty sure he won't see this, but Pharmacop did an awesome job of organising the event. If you weren't aware, he and I guess people around him do all of the organising. It is not organised by Giants. So yeah, shout out to Pharmacop for getting it organised and getting it sorted. But yeah, in terms of at Llama, not the community meetup. The Deutsch stand, I know. You're really shocked, aren't you? It was awesome. It was an awesome setup that they had. I feel like this year I spent more time kind of hanging around chatting to people at Giant Stand though than going around Llama. It's probably a good thing. It's probably a good thing. Kartek arranged a really good chat for us, a couple of us, with guy from the company that he uses to get his music. So you might be seeing a change in some of the music that I use in the near future. You might not notice a significant change, but there might be some little changes. That was cool. So yeah, and like chatting to some of the other content creators and stuff, that was good. It's always nice to. Why am I holding down Y? No. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me focus my powers on getting this set up. Two headlights is fine. Yeah. And content creation is kind of a weird hobby, I think. So yeah, being able to meet some people in the real world and chat to them is kind of cool. You know, bit of that shared experience, that kind of stuff. It's really nice to meet some of the people that you chat to virtually and just have a couple of people I just had like little private chats with about some of the real world stuff that's going on with me. That and them, and that was great. Kind of nice to air a little bit of that. Had really good chat with Loki about modding stuff and just a really good laugh about some of that. He definitely lives up to his name. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just it was good. It was good to do that. I will now retreat back into my virtual world and not interact with people for a bit while I recover. So it's, the old social batteries are very drained. They are very, very drained. Yeah. Anywho, so soybeans going in here. So these are a cash crop that we're doing. Now, I'm making an assumption, and we all know that when you assume, you make an arse out of you and me, because I can't say the other one that I like saying from Under Siege 2. But yes, we are correct. We can swath soybeans, but assumption is the mother of all some sort of ups. If you haven't seen Under Siege 2, why not? It's a classic film back from my youth when I actually thought Steven Seagal was rather cool rather than just being a bit of a freaking weirdo. Yeah. Anywho. Yeah. So soybeans predominantly a cash crop to feed these little dudes. So actually something cool that I have learned. No, not sure I can share that one. Anywho, something cool that I have learned. Yes. So yeah, cash crop to pay for pig feed is what we're doing the soybeans for. And that will be very good. And we will be swathing them, I think. Although, Stephen, you did make a very good point as to whether it is cost effective to pay the extra to lease the swather for the extra 15%. And that's got me adding another video to the list of whether, I'm pretty sure it's 15%, whether it's worth buying the extra. I've not really got enough room to do this on this field. Because the long runs aren't very long. So the McDon, you're looking at spending, what's that, 100 and... Does that one go with that? Combinations? No. So you're looking at spending, let's call it 200 grand for that. And then you need that. So 250 grand. That's what you get. You get a 12-meter header. Okay, 250 grand. And then you can use smallest combine. So 350 grand. Okay. Now, if we go into grain headers and we're looking for a 12-meter combine header. So let's be, I guess it's going to be cheaper. Let's say we go for a 10-meter because that's going to be cheaper. So we're looking at one of those. So that's 100. That's 400 grand actually to run that one. That's 500. So it is cheaper actually to buy the McDon. I mean, I guess realistically, time wise, you could just go for the cheapest combine, which is 130 grand. So I'm sorry if I've just screwed up all those numbers. As I said, it's been a long day, head hurty. But what I'm wondering is kind of the cost benefit break even point of how much land you need to own, because that isn't the whole story, obviously. It's really the amount of, I guess, the amount of crop you need to be harvesting and therefore land you need to own as to what's the threshold of land you already own as to whether it's better value to just buy more land or buy the McDon. And there will be a point there where it's like, well, do I spend, and combine size is a factor, obviously, but that 15% extra yield, are you better spending, instead of spending, how much was it? Because essentially you're spending this much. So 230, let's call it 280 grand. Not necessarily, but you know what I mean. To get 15% more yield. That's a lot of land. And that's, that could maybe double your yield. For example, that's what I'm trying to get at. You probably have to own a lot of land where spending that much money is the equivalent of 15% of your land. That's the point I'm trying to get at. You probably have to have a very big farm to make it cost effective to buy the McDon instead of buy land. Now, if you're leasing it, that's a different matter, because obviously leasing is much cheaper. But if you're going to flat out buy it, unless you get it in a sale, and then obviously the numbers become very different because you can probably pick it up in a sale for like 50% off, then yeah. And when I actually engage my brain, there's probably some very easy maths that you're probably looking at. You need to be farming, I don't know, or it's probably, you probably need to have arable, the relevant crops on, whatever it is, like 1.75 million pounds worth of land or something. It's going to be something of that order. I don't know. Not net, or 1.75 million pounds worth of harvested land. Yeah. It's been a long day, but need to actually engage my brain and think about it properly. Don't do analysis on the fly, but that's kind of where I'm thinking that there's a video. But the list is already very long. I'm hoping that next week I can start to dig into that list a bit, on top of regularly getting you guys Let's Play videos out again. On top of the incredibly popular Timberborn series I've just started. So, yeah. Oh well. Can't grumble, can I? Can't complain that I've started making some videos that are popular again. It's not going to... I am curious. Do we... Yeah, we need to roll the soybeans as well. Can't remember if I installed any modded rollers. I did. I've got the Gutler. Oh well. I did install the mod that gives you options for cruise speed, because I really missed that feature from VCA. More so than I meant, because obviously we've got some form of GPS, but the various cruise control speeds I really missed. So I've added that mod in, which I really like. Really like. I've been using that on the multiplayer server with the Patreons, and it's really cool because it means I don't have to keep resetting cruise control completely. I can just have several set, which is so much better than the other options. I believe this is our last field being closed. I'm guessing next month we'll have grass to cut. We should have the speed running properly, shouldn't we? We should have the speed on times 10 as it's supposed to be. So this little concrete spot in front of us where I've abandoned our lime. I've installed some mods for a workshop, like repair points. I think we're going to bung one of those in there maybe, because that would be quite handy. Not have to keep going to the shop to repair. I would quite like to get a fuel tank as well. That would be useful. Yep. All useful stuffs. Need some cash for that. We do have that FERT contract that's sat there. I'm not sure how big a job that one is. 900 quid. Okay, so not a big job. We might get that done between videos. The same with the rolling. I'm keeping an eye on the time. I might do the rolling. I'll see how the old rambleification goes. Yeah, so I know some of you were at LAMMA. Pete, it was good to see you there, mate. Thank you for the slightly melted Twix. It was very enjoyable when I got back to the hotel after the community meetup. I was actually surprisingly hungry when I got back to my hotel room, so I did enjoy the Twix. And all the rest of you that were there. I'm really bad with names, and not everyone told me their name, but I know who Pete is because it's the second time I've met Pete, and yeah, we know Pete. Yeah, if I did meet you there and I don't know who you were, I'm sorry. But stick a comment below and you might trigger my memory. But yeah, for me, as I said, it was really cool for me to chat to a bunch of the modders and stuff, and so there is a thing that I want to do with guaranteed crop prices, and I needed to talk to Giants about it, and the best way to do that was to actually talk to Mr. Marcel while he was in the UK, and I managed to grab a few minutes of his time to do that, and it was cool. Made life infinitely easier. Yeah, as usual. The Giants were running the bale stacking challenge again. That always gets me a little bit. Oh, I like the look of doing that. But not this trip, because I felt fucking awful. Yeah. So both days were really tiring. So I've got material to do a second vlog. I will probably edit that tomorrow. It'll probably come out before this video, to be honest, because I probably won't edit this video tonight. Just wanted to sit and play the game, to be honest, you know. I have been playing the game a fair bit. So as I've mentioned a couple of times, we have a little multiplayer server running with patrons. There's a couple of us on there playing on the Frontier map, and I've been putting a lot, well, not a lot, but a reasonable amount of hours into that, and I've just been having fun playing the game, and that's been really cool for me. But it has distracted from my content creation. Now, there's been a little bit as I've run out of there's Can I disable fert spreading for that last little bit? That's annoying. There's been a little bit as well of it's been kind of tricky still with like family and stuff to get content creation going. That should be easier in the coming weeks. So yeah, things should get back much more to normal now, whatever normal is, apart from the setting on a washing machine or a 90-degree angle. So yeah, I think things should be a bit more, let's say, a bit more stable in the coming weeks. So I am optimistic for the return of more regular flow of content. Let's say that. Let's go with that one as a thing. So yeah, and it's been, so obviously we've had the teenager at home, and it's been nice to when possible spend a bit of time with her. She's just gone back to uni while I've been away, so that should make things a bit easier. Yeah, I've been off work and don't necessarily always want to spend my, so I'm making excuses, but it is what it is. Let's get back in Deutsch. Let's put some fur in, and then we can reverse back along here, because I'm really good at reversing. Oh, that's slow. Yeah, so I'm hoping that things will get back to more normal flow of things. As I don't have it on this computer, but I do have a massive list of tutorials to start flowing out in the very near future, which those of you that like tutorials, I'm sure will be pleased about. Those of you that don't like tutorials, why are you here again? That's for my sparkling wit and light-hearted nature. The jobby. That's the jobby. Yeah, it's the one. Right, let's finish off this tiny strip. Do you know, I really hate that I need to roll in that planted texture, because I think it looks quite cool. But we do want to maximize the yield, so tad annoying. We are just going to unload onto this concrete pad as well, and we'll tidy everything up afterwards. You can go, you can be dropped off, you can be returned, because we have, also I installed the liquid lime mod as well. Why didn't I use that when I've just limed that field? Do you know why I didn't? Because I forgot I installed it. Return you. Yeah, that's why I didn't do it, because I forgot. I'll put what we've got there back in. Come on, there we go. And yeah, we've got to get all this wool sold as well soon. I saw the Goville balers as well today. Oh, they're big. Go. And shiny, very shiny. This is gonna sound really dumb. Goville blue is a very blue. Yeah, I know. Told you it was gonna sound dumb. Yes, they have a very blue. But anyway, let's head to the store and grab that roller. And we'll get the field roll as well while you're here. And then we'll maybe wrap things up. We might jump ahead to May then. I'll see what contracts are floating about. Obviously not for this video. But there are a few, there's some more fertilizing ones. Let's grab those. Let's not run out across the road. But yeah, they're worth grabbing. Make a bit of cash back. So that'll be a job for next time at least. Those people. Been enough of you about lately. Yeah. Some hoeing, some sowing. Some hoeing and some sowing. Yeah. But some fert contracts would be good to get a bit of cash in. we've got the money from the wall as well. That'll get us back up to over 20 grand in the bank, which would be nice. We need to take those back as well, don't we? Let's not mention that. So rollers. We'll just lease this guy again. It's set up as a roller. Cool. We need to go around the other side, aren't we? Yeah, we'll have to do a tidying up video. There you go. Yeah, the underplaceables. I haven't had a look at these yet. Constructables, containers. So we've got the gas station, which is €1,000, which is nice and small, so that'll be a good one to stick on. And then we've got for £2.5 the all vehicle workshop, which will be another nice one to add to the farm. So yep, we like those nice cheap placeables. It'll be great. Oh, someone else that was really cool to meet, actually. I'd never met her before. Omatana. I might have mentioned that in the first vlog, actually. But yeah, I spent a good bit of time chatting to her on Tuesday evening at dinner. And then just a little bit of time through let's say FarmCon, through Llama, just chatting to her. And yeah, she's a really nice lady. Not directly similar, but not dissimilar backgrounds. And I guess that's not a surprise because we make somewhat similar content in terms of, you know, tutorials and stuff. So yeah, it was kind of cool to meet her and chat to her a bit. Yeah. Right, let's get set up to roll. I'm trying to think of any people that I met that I wasn't expecting to meet, apart from Thompson Briscoe. Very good to meet him. I didn't realize he was coming. I thought about messaging him to see if he was coming, and I didn't. And then someone mentioned that he was there, and good old Mr. Kartek managed to track him down. So. Right, off we go. We should actually put the worker on, shouldn't we? Yeah, I hate that we have to do this. I think the planted texture looks so much nicer. And you might say you don't have to do this. I do. So otherwise when I go in the map, I see that. Oh, we're fully fertilized. Very nice. Excellent. So yeah, I do have to do that, unfortunately. Unless I go in and edit the XML for the crop. And I haven't done that yet. So yeah. It is what it is. We get it done and we move on. And the crop starts growing and I can't see it anyway. So it doesn't really matter. Not the end of the world. And I don't think this will take a huge amount of time. So off we go. Let's have another quick peek at the contract list. So we're not going to do the deadwood, not going to do the hoeing or the rock removal. I'm not going to, not 29 trees, unless we installed universal auto load and did it with that. But I feel that might be a little bit cheaty to just rock up with universal auto load on, grab them all and call it £7 grand. I feel that might be just add on the cheaty side. Yeah. Just a smidge. I do feel like we should maybe straighten that run up across there when I had the plow out. Anyway. We've done it now. can always do that next time we need to plan. I mean, that's where something like, I don't use it often in my content, but something like the Lizard Cheaty Playout, it's quite nice. So, I've got a curious question for you, because you're 40 minutes into the video, so if you're still watching, you're probably actually a genuine viewer. The way that I've been playing on Frontier, very different to this. Very different. And it's been kind of fun. So there has been liberal use of the cheaty playout in its most cheaty form. There has been liberal use of super strength. And yeah, it's kind of fun. It's just been very relaxing to just kind of jump on the game and do some stuff. And I don't know. And it's a bit like when I did Dix. If you're not a regular, that's probably really if you haven't been around for it, it's probably really confusing. But yes, I did Dix. Don't Google Dix. Well, you can Google Dix if you like Dix. I'm not judging you if you do. But I'm kind of curious if people would be interested in seeing something like that. Where I just kind of play a little bit differently. Yeah, it's always really something that's a little bit nerve-wracking when you make videos in a certain way. To break from your brand, I guess. So if you're still watching at this point, I value your opinion. You know, if I was asking this at 2 minutes in, I wouldn't value everyone's opinion that might comment. But if you're still watching at 42 minutes, I value your opinion. So what would be your thoughts on something where I just kind of... And it's one of those weird ones, like, if you can do it in the game, then it's okay. But if you can do it in the game through using mods which enable things which aren't necessarily meant to be done in the game, then yeah, so let me know what you think. I am looking to incorporate some different things through this year to try and push things forward a little bit, whilst still doing things that I enjoy. So let me know. Let me know. As I said, evolution is how we progress. And yeah, bung a comment down below what you think of something like that. Not necessarily saying it's going to happen. It's just something that's been bubbling in my mind. Lots of things bubble in my mind. Not all of them make it out into the world, because not everything that bubbles in my mind is safe for the world. So, you know, say it's not just a name for a YouTube channel. Anyway, something that we need to do is grab the old thumbnail, and I don't mind that. The Massey stand wasn't bad this year. The Massey stand wasn't bad this year at all. Had a little look in. One thing that I was surprised by was how basic might be the wrong word. I was going to say bland. Maybe Spartan. The interior of the Massey telehandler was. Now, I didn't really look in any other telehandlers to compare it to, but it seemed very basic. So, yeah, that was kind of interesting. Kind of curious. I think that's just some random buildings, isn't it? I think that's just some random buildings. Let's go there next. off we go. Yeah, so we'll wrap this jobby up and then we will wrap the video up. And this has been a nice one because it'll be a nice easy edit because it's a one-shot recording. So maybe I will edit it this evening and get it rendered. And then when I get home, I'll just have a bunch of uploads to do, which will be nice. Be nice. A little bit of a head start on the old content for the weekend. Ready for the weekend, sir? And that'll be good. I am traveling a little bit next week again. I know I have to pay the bills, and this doesn't pay the bills. So, sadly, until I either win the lottery or Farm Sim goes massively viral, I have a day job. Actually, it's asked an interesting question. Something that someone asked me once a long time ago, but I was asking an interesting question today as to whether I would want to do this as something full-time, and no. I think I have spoken about this not too long ago. I enjoy my actual job. This is a hobby, and I wouldn't want it to not be a hobby. I wouldn't want to depend on this for my income. I think it would change how you approach it. And like even when it's not my job, when I was making less content over Christmas, I was a bit stressed about it, and that's when I don't depend on this for an income. So if I depended on it as an income, I'd be massively stressed. So yeah. But yeah, my actual job requires my attention next week, having had like 4 days off this week, 3.5. Anywho, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this ramble about the week, or the week that was, because this is probably going to come out on Saturday, I think. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button. We do not smash like buttons here. If you smash that like button, you've got to buy me a coffee. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Really appreciate you guys supporting the channel. You are awesome. If you're interested in any of that, there's a link down below for Patreon, or there's a button to join the YouTube channel. Patreon is better because you can join the little multiplayer server we have if you want, or whatever. And any comments or questions or whatever, stick them below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.